Well, hello there, and welcome to another paper crafting stream. We did a stream the other day where we finished off the Enterprise D next generation one. It went okay. I was quite happy with the result. One thing I'm not particularly happy with is the lettering. It does look a little bit out. It's not exactly straight down here, but all in all, it turned out pretty well from a distance. I think that looks pretty good. So I've sort of chosen this style with, and I'm going to do all 5 series in terms of the ships that feature in them. So I've got the Enterprise here. I've got the Defiant that I did in a previous stream. I think that turned out pretty well, considering it was my first one. I thought it went really well. And the bridge of the Enterprise as well. So I don't think that looks too bad. I quite like that. The frame really makes it pop. So we're going to be continuing the ships, and in this stream, as the title would suggest, we're going to be doing the USS Voyager. Now I have I've already prepared the layout of what this is going to look like. Obviously, it's going onto a Starfield background, which I've prepared. I've prepared a few of these for the streams. So we've got this. It's a nice, simple acrylic paint splatter. So yeah, I think it'll pop really nice onto there. I know that these Papercraft streams, I'm streaming pretty much at the wrong time for a lot of people who are watching. But hopefully you'll be able to catch up live or catch up with the live stream a little bit later on. And yeah, we're gonna crack on with this Voyager. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and don't forget to go over to the art channel. That is UKDM Art. Link is in the description for that art channel. So yeah, don't forget to head on over there. I will start doing live streams over there once I've gotten everything set up as far as I need it. So just to take you through a little bit of what I do with these paper crafts is we'll go around over this trace, transfer the image just to make sure we're getting size and proportion correct. Then we'll have a base color to start with regards to the ship. And then we build up layers of all the key components. As you can see with the Enterprise, I did go for a little bit of color differentiation with regards to certain parts of the ship and the fact that they tend to stick out. There may be a bit of that here as well. We're going to make decisions as we go along. As you can see down here at the front, I've chosen a different color of card, which gives the highlights to the ship, which I think is important for really making that image pop. I'm not going to claim that I'm any kind of professional with this. This is something that I've recently started doing, and I'm really enjoying the process. And if we can get a complete set of all 5 ships, I will be doing an extra bonus one, something that I've been thinking about over the course of the last couple of weeks. It is a bonus one. It's not a new Trek show or anything like that. So yeah, it's a little bit of a bonus, or a cheeky bonus. Now I've realised that this is actually my last sheet of this colour, the whole colour that I've been working with. So I do have to get on the blower and order more of this shade. I've already gone through and decided on a few of the colors. So we've got this shade here, we've got this lighter shade which I'm going to be using for things like highlights if I need any highlight work. We've got this shade here which I'm going to use for any extra bits on the hull that are a different color. I've got some scrap black card, which is the first attempt at the frame for the bridge, which I made a mistake with. So we can utilize that piece of scrap black for things like phaser arrays and such. And then we've got the color from when I cut the logo out for the next generation. We've got more of that here, so that'll be for the main navigational deflector and the warp nacelles. There isn't really much showing in the image in terms of the warp nacelles. There'll be very small pieces of card that I'll be gluing on to get that effect. And we've got this color. I've gone for a bit of a brighter contrasting color. It's about the closest that I can get to the inside of the deflector. We've also got somewhere there's a piece of darker card. I think it's down here for the backing. So that's much darker. So that will be the backing of the center of the deflector dish. Okay, so colors are already picked out and ready to go. We'll try and make it as colorful as we can. I've got some red down here for insignias and yellow for the delta that's on the side of the ship. However, it is tiny, so is it? But there is a strip under the left nacelle as well, which has got the delta, and the right one as well. So we may be able to cut those small enough. I don't know. This is all a very manual process. So yeah, let's just crack on and get on with it. Those are my colours. We've got our base image here and some transfer base, so I can actually, you might be able to see it a little bit better there. So that's the reverse image. I'm going to try and do as much as I can in terms of reverse image. I've actually missed a line here, so I'll draw that in now. Missed a line on the logo. Just get the Enterprise out of the way. Okay, so yeah, I've missed a line there. That needs to go over there. That's it. Right. So we're going to go with the outermost area of the ship, making sure we cover all of the extra areas. There is a small cut here, so I'll probably take that out with a Stanley knife, but I'll cut around it as we go. I really have to be careful with this one because this is, like I say, the last sheet of this particular grade I've got, or particular shade, however you choose to say that. Just as a note, my other daughter is over at my other desk. She's doing some work. She's working on something. So if you do hear any noises or anything like that, that's where it's coming from. That's my little disclaimer. Wanted to get a little bit more use out of this pencil. I don't like to throw things away until I've used them fully. But eventually I've got another one of these anyway. We'll go for trying to utilize it right down to the nib if we can. Okay, let's make a start. I want to try and straighten some of these lines up, these curves, as I'm going, so we'll see how this turns out. I don't want the line to be too thick with what I'm doing. I do want it to transfer. If anyone's in and they feel that the sound isn't good, the OBS is telling me it's disconnecting and reconnecting, and so if there's any kind of internet problems, let me know as well. I will deal with that. What I will do is just start recording the stream just in case it does go down, because I'm going to be making some videos on these as well. I just want to make sure the image pops out so it's easier to see. Make sure we stick to these lines. They're very important lines. Just the outside line at the moment, that's all we're looking for. Because we will trace each layer as we need to, or transfer each layer as we need to. I don't like to do anything by you know, fancy card cutters or printers or anything like that. Any card CNC machines, no, I'm not interested. I want to do it all manually because I enjoy this process. I'm trying to make these lines as neat as I can as I go along. Interpret where they are as best as possible. Like I said, the detail doesn't matter yet. We're not there. We can always trim if we need to as well. Tiniest of gaps here. Voyager is one of those shows I think feel was a missed opportunity. They really did play it safe, and I think they should have gone very much more Battlestar than they did. But it is still infinitely better than anything New Trek gives us. That's a pretty good outline. Question is, will it transfer okay? I really don't want to mess this up. Right, let's get the whole grey over here and see how it transfers. Again, I like to utilise as much card as possible, or little card as possible. Finding the best way to do that can be a challenge at times, but if we pull that up, we've still got, we could probably, if we're lucky, fit another ship on here, because it's actually quite a small area. Okay. Yeah, let's go for that. I'm just gonna move this around a little bit, make it a little bit easier on myself. Just a little bit at a time. All I'm doing is a rub transfer. These first streams, or the first part of a two-part stream where I'm making these images, doesn't tend to do very well because people can't really see what it is I'm doing or what the end goal is, because I don't have any kind of image to represent that. But the second streams always do a little bit better because I'm able to at least partially show the progress from the first stream. It's quite funny, really. And you know, this channel's a review channel at the end of the day, but I'd like to think it's more of an enthusiast channel, because I'm quite enthusiastic about what the things that I do. So yeah, I think I've transferred this the wrong way, but we'll see. I think I have actually. It doesn't really matter too much. It's not going to affect the paper too much. It might affect things a little bit later on. I may have to do a little bit of extra cleaning when it comes to it, but we'll see. It's rubbing. I think I've transferred it the wrong way. Although, I mean, it has transferred. You might not be able to see it very clearly, but it has transferred. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I drew it the wrong way. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right, so that's our basic shape. You might be able to see that. You might be able to make that out. We'll chop it out now. Being very careful of those lines. I think what I'm going to do is cut the image out and then go around it. So if we do mess up, we can fit another one in there. I don't think we will, but if we do, there's always the option there, isn't there? So, right, let's go. I'm going to stick the camera light on. There you go. Just so we can see what's going on. I will be live later with 10 forward as well. So. Stick to those lines as best we can. So I don't really want to lose anything out of the image. Sometimes the transfer can be tough to see. And get the rest of that with a Stanley blade. Not too worried about that. Again, because with layering different card over a different card, I want to try and keep this as squared up as I can. I'm veering a little bit because of the shadow on the scissors. It's tough to make that line out. Oh, yeah, trying not to veer too much. Probably after this Voyager one, I will. I'll move my streams over to the art channel. We have a basic Voyager shape. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's just move it over to the image. See how close we are. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Right. I'm going to do the rest with a Stanley blade. Just to make sure that this gets out. If you're ever using Stanley blades, of course, be very careful. Yeah, I need another set of eyes. Getting old. Old and decrepit, as they say. Amazing when you look up close just how thick the drawn line is. Yep, that works for me. Okay. It wasn't the star field I'd chosen, was it? Let's stay organised here, otherwise I'll lose where I am. Right. Yeah. That fits quite well. Obviously going to have the Voyager logo down here. Yeah, happy with that. It's a good base. Good base. Right. I am thinking that for the highlighted sections, we're going to go for this different colour here. This slightly, it's almost like a beige, you know. Almost like a beige. Right, so I think the best thing to do is with the lower saucer, sort of like that half oval, I'm going to do in this. I'm also going to do the front. No, we need it to stand out. Yeah, so I'm also going to do the front deflector dish, this section here, in with that as well. So that would mean just below the deflector there. Yeah, so I'll do nacelle highlights here, and I'll do one here as well. It'll be very small though. I'll see where they join. If we go with that, if we do this section in the lighter card, this section and some highlights, it'll start popping out a little bit, and then we can do the main deflector. I think that'll work. And then we've got some darker sections of hull that we can apply stuff to, a little phaser array here and on that side as well. And phaser rings and the outside, I can't remember what you call those. Don't forget to give the stream a like if you haven't already. That'll be really, really helpful. So we're going to move our basic shape out of the way, and our star field. Just get that out of the way. And we're going to focus on these highlight sections. I may have to interpret or extrapolate a little bit where I've not managed to trace over. So that's this back bit here, that's the transfer side. I've got to keep that in mind because I didn't do that last time. So I'm going to go for a couple of sections here. I'm going to go for this inner section. Oh, now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking something different here. It won't look. I don't think it will look bad actually. If I do this outer oval in, so we've got that as the highlight colour. If I do the outer oval as this. Let me just compare. Yeah, so if I do the outer oval as this, and then the inner oval as this, that might make it pop a little bit. Thank you for the like, by the way. That's very nice of you. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the outer oval, and then we'll do the inner oval. And then the captain's yacht might change up a little bit and do a different colour. Right. Let's just do the outer oval. You right over there, babe? Lovely. Glad to hear it. So that's the outer oval, and we said that we would do it in this, yeah? So, outer oval, then we'll do the inner oval, like that. We'll see how it works. And at the end of the day, if we need to go single tone, we can. I'm not gluing anything down just yet. So let's see how we get on with this first. A little bit more. That's not really dark enough. It's this bottom corner that's not, doesn't seem to want to transfer over. Getting there. It's a darker shade as well, so it's harder to see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's better. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but that's loads better. Yeah, I'll do. Right, let's trim the corner off. I don't know, actually. Trim that there. Lovely. Again, carefully cut around that line. Again, not the easiest line to follow. I would sort of add more or make it darker, but I don't want to risk making a mess. I can barely see it. Starting to veer a little bit. Get back on track. Get back on track. Not the straightest line, is it? See if we can clean it up. That looks a bit better. And then we'll take the edge off of this. Take the corner off. Okay. Yeah. See how it looks on here. I mean, it fits. See what the other shade looks like when we've done that. I want it to look. It won't look that vastly different. I'm hoping so. Anyway, it's that one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So now we're looking for the innermost line, which needs to be accurate, pretty accurate. Nice, good curve to it. Now the inner line is going to go onto this. There are some windows on this ship, so we'll be drawing those in, because cutting bits of card that small is just absolutely impractical. Be better if I had my microscope out, which I have said that I will get set up for the smaller cuttings. How is everybody? Anyway, are you all good? Are you all well? Let me know. Ooh, yes. That's transferred very well. Yes, perfect. Okay, obviously we've got this outer line here. We're not worried about that. I can follow this line a little easier now. It's cut in black card. That's where it really gets difficult, because you can't transfer over to white pen, so you have to look for the shine of the graphite. It's quite challenging. That still could work. I don't want to veer. I don't want to veer. Okay. See how that looks. Now, there'll be another highlight coming around here. And it will, or should, look something vaguely similar to that with the highlight around the front. It's difficult to achieve, but I think that will look pretty decent. I'm hopeful. That I think is going to work. We'll add more layers to that a little later. We need to concentrate on the main deflector. Now, the main deflector is going to be this color. And again, I just need to do a little bit of interpretation as to where it's going to be, or where it's going to end up. So the outer edge, I believe, I should probably follow this line here. And further out. And down. Does that look right? Pardon me. Just double checking here. Yeah, I mean it's not a million miles away. Okay, so we'll go over this and we'll get it as our final state of play for the back of the deflector dish. So I want to start building that now. Yeah, this would be interesting. Be interesting to see if this works or not. I don't want to make this line too thick because I don't want to cut it too thin and get it wrong. Okay, we'll give it a go. Let's see if we can get this transferred over. Got a nice little region here I can use as a transfer area. Yeah, so these streams will be migrating at some point in the next couple of weeks over to my art channel. The link is in the description. I intend to do these streams weekly, probably more at the weekends. I'd definitely say a Friday stream is possible weekly, but the time may vary. That's beautiful. Right. So yeah, Stephen Bromby, how are you? Good to have you here. Morning DM and chat. Time for Voyager to get the Family Guy DM treatment. Yeah, wow. I think yeah, it's very sort of Family Guy animation, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, so I decided to go for Voyager this time. Made sense. I think we agreed it in the last stream. And I've also sort of done a preliminary on the, well, I say I've done a preliminary. What I've actually done is, you know, I drew the NX-01 while I was away on holiday. I've actually still got the outline for that. So what I may do is utilize that as a template, because it's a little bit bigger, but it's still, I think it's still going to be viable to use. Okay. just check it at every stage, and then you'll know whether or not it's right. Where's my little dental pick? Beautiful. Try not to knock the mouse. How are you, Stephen? Anyways, it's good to have you here as always. Very supportive of Stephen. Yeah. Yeah, that works. And then we'll do some highlighting along the back here. I think that'll work. Okay. Let's start as we mean to go, or continue as we mean to go. I just want to get a rough idea. Might cover the camera a sec. A rough idea of where I'm going with these highlights. It's going to be roughly about there, and there. So there. With a very clear angle change there, because that's where the nacelle will fold, and then there. Yeah, because that, right, so you might not be able to see it, but there's a bump there, yeah, and that's because there's a phaser array that's going to go there, so that might be a bit challenging later on to do, but we'll see. Let's just get these, excuse me, the remaining highlights done. I'm tempted at this point to manually draw this in. This highlights going around the edge. I would probably go a little bit thicker. Yeah, that's better. I think that works. I think that works. So, yeah, let's draw that in as well. Sharpen a little. Join that line on the card rather than the tracing, so I don't get lines mixed up or anything. As you can see, the image itself starts coming together as well and forming, which is nice. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, look at that. That just fits like a champion, that. So if we do that way, again, we may have to push down a little bit harder on the outside, because that's got to match exactly the edge. It can overlap, it can't underlap, if that makes sense. So it's got to be cut absolutely spot on the outside. The inside, it will just look a bit obvious if it's not cut right. As you can see, it's starting to smudge a little bit because I've transferred it over the wrong way. Let's see how it's gone. It's not bad. Could do with a little bit more, I think. because we can flip that over, it should mirror. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's just get these other bits transferred over as well. Again, I've transferred it the wrong way, but I don't think it matters at this point. So that's a highlight. That's getting transferred. That little bit's getting transferred as well. Yeah. Bit more waste this time round than I'm comfortable with, but it's not too bad. Right, this outside edge is crucial to get right. I'll follow that line precisely, as Seven would say. Precisely. Overcut, but not undercut. Highlight lines are such a pain in the backside. I'll be doing a bonus ship as well, Stephen, if you're still there. We'll be doing a bonus ship. Sort of a treat for the channel, I guess. Now the inside line matters, but as long as I stay roughly where I need to be, it should be okay. As long as it's not the USS Pizza Cutter. Sure, it will be awesome. Oh, it's really not the USS Pizza Cutter. In fact, I think it's going to be amazing. Or that god-awful Starfleet Academy ship. I think I'd have to have some kind of aneurysm to want to do that one. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That will need a bit of a trim, but yeah, that works. Doesn't look like much at the moment, but it never will. It won't look like much. And we'll cut this again. It's not massively necessary for that to be absolutely right. That is not enough cut. I need to remember that's not enough cut. To maintain that angle. That is going to go there, roughly. Yep. Yeah, and this one is going to go there, I think. Might need a bit more of a trim, but roughly it's taking shape somewhat. So highlights done. The deflector, I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Well, I'm going to worry about the deflector, sorry. The highlights, not just yet. So highlights are done, they just need cleaning up. Let's have a bit of a tidy up here. Now we need to worry about the deflector. Hate to deflect my troubles, my woes. We're going for, I believe, this as a backing. No, yeah, oh, don't know actually. No, if we go blue as backing for the outer part of it, so this, let's transfer it the right way. This, yeah, I don't like that. I prefer that to come out a little bit. Kind of a bit thick, isn't it? The line. Must remember to cut outside of the line. Yeah. This may not work. Try not to have doubt, young Skywalker. Oh, do not have doubt, young Skywalker. I will draw the lines in on this deflector myself with pen. I won't use card. That would be hairline thin, that would. Yeah. Okay. There. God, that Starfleet Academy ship, that was just ridiculous. And they thought they'd be being so edgy with it. Oh, look, this is the ship. It's a school. And it looks like a feather. Tell me, aren't we amazing? Never known a show more out of touch with reality than Starfleet Academy. Pretty much hated by majority of even new Trek fans. What a joke. What an absolute joke. Does it fit better that way? No. Right, that is a bit of an issue. Let's have a look at the trace, so it falls on the trace. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, not happy with that. This needs straightening out a little bit. I'm going to take that corner off just a little bit. Take this corner off just a little bit. That looks a bit better to me. Sweet, Brian, sweet. And this is going to be our next colour. those out of the way. Yeah, no worries. I'm just going to turn my camera off. One sec, guys. There we go. You're good to go. Healthy, please. Let me know when you're coming back up, please. Super duper. We're back. Okay. Just the slightest bit more. Just about see that. Oof. I think that needs to come in a little bit more. It's really difficult to see. I like that line. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah. Looks like a mouth smiling, doesn't it? Right, so now we want 3 orange sections. I'm going to use a whole fresh new bit of card, which I don't really like doing, but we need it, so it's happening. That's how it'll start it eventually. We'll be doing these as well, that are around the edges. There's one here as well, one here, and one here. They'll be of this orange card as well. Try and neaten this up a little bit so it's all pretty much symmetrical and even. Thinking now. Maybe it might be an idea to Stanley these out. We'll try it. See what we can do here. See if we can Stanley these out, because they are a little bit small. Trying to get my head in the way. Not neat. You know what? I'll do this on the cutting mat if I can. It's a lot better on a lot easier on the cutting mat. Doesn't stick to anything. Oh yeah, loads easier. Sorry, I'm getting my head in the picture on. I didn't expect to be doing Stanleying this early on in the picture. There's some pretty small bits here. To be fair, I forgot my rule about transfer of... Right. They're going to take a bit of cleaning up, but they are there. I will go back to that, but first things first, I want to get these stuck down, because this section doesn't really... it can be done separately. Definitely in need of my tweezers here. Definitely in need of my tweezers. Now that is backwards, isn't it? Nope. Bing. Yeah, I think that was upside down. Oh my god. Ugh, it's all going wrong. That doesn't work either. I don't know about that. I feel that if, I mean, it looks all right. Like that. So instead of it meeting down the bottom, yeah. I think that looks all right. You might not be able to see it too clearly, but I think that looks all right. Right. So one bit at a time. Let's get these off the way that they're supposed to be. And we'll grab this. When you are ready. It's going that way. If we get, at least get it stuck down. No, no, I didn't say you could flip over, did I? I didn't say you could go anywhere, did I? No, I did not. Don't you flip. Don't you flip. I got your orientation right for once. Don't you flip. Aha, got you. Okay. Yowza. Right, so I'm going to clean this up with the Ouroboros. Clean the edge. Right, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to stick this on here because I mean it works. I just have to draw the lines. Okay, so that's gonna. I'm gonna do this now before I glue it on because I'm a little bit concerned that if I do it later on, not only is it going to overlap this, but it's also going to, if I mess it up, I'll have to pull it off, and I don't really want to do that. So let's see how I get on. Just keep checking. And if it fits, I want it to, I may have to go a little bit further in, sort of like there. What I don't want to have to do is join lines and help it. Like that. does that work? Really annoyed about that extra line there. But yeah, that works. Who knew building a navigational deflector would be this tough? A reference check. I'll probably go a little bit further north if I can. Further up with that end as well. Yeah. Not too bad, not too shabby. Yeah. Let's get it stuck down to this as well. Again, we want to make sure the orientation remains roughly the same. We'll find out, won't we? All right, well, hold on 1 second, darling. Just gluing something. Okay. Come on up, babe.
What's it doing?
Yeah, it's all right. Layer by layer, as they say. Oh, careful. All right. Did they go around the other way, though? All right. There we go. We're back. Okay. Happy with these. Let's do the outside. A little bit concerned about this. I don't want to take too much off. So that will follow that nicely. Follow that, and yeah, that works. What I want to make sure of is get rid of any pencil line that's on the outside. There is a faint pencil line there. Oh, no, don't crease, don't crease, don't crease. Hate it when you're doing that. I mean, oh, F off. There we go. Apologies for my half profanity. Not as bad as when I do my videos. Yeah. Right. We're going for it. And I want to make sure each section is pretty much covered. I'll try and keep this in frame as I do it, so you know I'm not cheating at all. It's difficult to clean. Without ruining everything. Excess glue. Old hoodie, so don't worry about it. Okay. Actually got glue bubbles. Glue lumps. Just going to push it down so it meets where it needs to meet. Get rid of excess later. I'm a bit annoyed about that lump. A little dirty there. Don't want that. Oh, no dirt there. Don't want that. Get off, get off, get off. Oh, that was messy. Okay. All good so far. A little bit of an overlap there, but I can live with it. I can live with it. Right. Yep. Close to the edge as you can get. That going over. Giving us some room to grab it if we need to. Try not to put any lumps in it. Get the transfer image. Oh yeah, that's almost spot on. Almost. Ah, no. I'm annoyed about that. I'll rub that off later. It is a bit like that, isn't it? Right. Now this one. I don't know what that is. The cardboard. Same again. Nice and flat. Don't really want any lumps if we can help it. Do get any lumps which we've got here, I'll just flatten them out with the pick, spread them a little bit. Anything over the edge, just get rid of all of that. So half stuck down, and then get it positioned and play almost perfect. Almost perfect. All right. Yep. Are we ready for the nacelle yet? I think I may have lost a little bit as well because I've only got this. I don't have the other piece, which is actually really small. Oh, here it is. Found it. That was lucky. I'll put this highlight on that way. Yeah. Yeah, again, that will overlap slightly. That's okay. Can I clean that up? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Right. Really difficult to get up these. Yeah. Yeah. That's beginning to add a little bit of a nice 3D effect, isn't it? It looks so happy. It looks so happy. It's got a grin on its face. Let's glue the deflector down. Again, just want to make sure it's going in the right place. The image a bit further up. Is that your computer? Okay. Don't want my computer to make noises like that. Yeah, happy with that. Okay. Okay. Quick sip. So generally speaking, I'm quite happy with that. The way it looks, the highlights all seem to be in the right place for the most part. Again, I'm not massively fussy. Trying to think where to go next. Thinking these, because we got a black strip to put here on the side. We've got one to put here. We've got black strips to do for obviously for phasers. A phaser strip under there. That's possibly going to be drawn in. I'm not sure. Maybe I can do it with card. Maybe that one was really difficult, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Still making my mind up. There's two undersections of hull that are a different colour, which are probably going to be this colour, that I want to include. They're just sections of hull that are just slightly different shade, and I think the captain's yacht as well. The captain's yacht is going to be this colour as well, to make it stand out. Just taking a quick break while I think. I'll do the warp nacelle. I've got the blue here, and then I'll do the orange sections. These sections here, because that will also help give it a 3D effect. The small black circle may just draw that in. I think that's a airlock. Yeah, let's do the put some lids on, shall we? Stop stuff drying out and stop myself from getting cut up like a fool. Yeah. So we got the warp nacelle thing here. Tell you what's going to be smaller. At this rate, there'll be shard collectors. Right. Tiny, tiny, tiny. I thought the lettering was tiny. This is going to be very, very much smaller. I've drawn it the wrong side again. Damn it. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. I'll cut this out with the Stanley blade again, I think. God, that's tiny. And tough to see. Right. Again, I'll try not to get in anybody's way. That's tiny, tiny, tiny. Sorry, this is tiny. Half as tiny as that bloody the Bussard collectors are going to be, because it's an underside view. It's going to be bloody tiny. Actually got my red from the Enterprise. I'll go for the brighter red, I think. Very, 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 very small. Very small. Really small, Miss Moneypenny. I can't even see it. It's small, I can't even see it. Right. I laugh at how small this thing is. These things are. Oh my God. Right. Right, as daft as it sounds, I'm just going to quickly draw these on this side. The reason I'm doing that is because I don't fancy cleaning these up. So if I do them opposite and flip them, it should work. I'm going to smudge like crazy on this side, but can just about see that one. Can just about see that one. Yeah. Tiny as I thought, as I expected would be tiny. Can you guys hear okay? Ow. So, I'm trying to think which side's which now. Fairly certain this side must be. This one doesn't make any bloody sense though. It's the other way around. Funny enough. That way. Right, this is where it gets super delicate. Try to clean my tweezers up a little bit. Can hear just fine. Brilliant. Thank you, Stephen. Ah, no, fell over. Definitely think a microscope's in order. For you guys, not for me. Well, probably for me as well. Doesn't really look right, does it? Hold on. Hold on. Does that look better? No, maybe it looks better. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, we'll do it this way. We'll definitely do it this way. Bit more glue on there. Not ideal, but we just go a bit further back. Yeah. I think that goes a lot closer to there. Yeah, don't throw that about. That was tougher than I thought it would be. Right, let's see what else we can get done. Still got a bit of time. Well, I say a bit of time, a lot of time. Still got a lot of time. We want to maybe do the captain's yacht. I mean, it is the same shade, but I think if I make it this colour, same hull colour as before, I've got some spare. Obviously, it's painted on the other side, but it doesn't really matter. Let's do the captain's yacht. Let's do the captain's yacht. Oh yeah, let's do the captain's yacht, yeah. Well, that was a lot of cracking, my daughter of mine. It's like me, just bones cracking. Captain's yacht. Captain's yacht. Yeah. And transfer the bottom. Yeah, I can scissor cut this. I think that will be fine. That would be fine. Back on. Cut it out. Let's see what we're left with. I'll try and get Voyager finished if I can. Therefore, the next stream we can just work on the combat, because I'm going to do obviously the same combat that I did as on the Defiant image and the Lettering. With, you know, probably leave all the windows and everything until the next stream as well, but we'll see. I'll try and keep this image as close as possible to the original, so all the reference points stay in place. Yeah. Can draw a little bit of detail in on the yacht as well. Yeah, that's good. It's coming along, isn't it? Right. So we've done the captain's yacht. I want to see how it looks. The darker colour. Because there are two. It's hard to see, but there are two darker bits of hull here. So almost like armour, but not quite. So here, following this edge, this line, there are two darker hull sections. And the same this side. Obviously going to be slightly different shape because you can't really see as much because of this perspective. Probably cut it off about there. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, okay. Start adding a few of these tertiary bits. If that word was the right word, I don't know my words anymore. I swear, I've got the smarts. Let's do them in this darker colour. And I've got no idea what these are going to look like by the time they're done, until they're done. So it's interesting to sort of see how it develops over time. Probably go a little bit more on that so I can see it properly. And then the other side can go here. I'll probably use the scalpel. It's a bit overkill for what I need, but it might just be a tad more accurate. Plus, I'll be able to see the lines a bit better. Let's use the scalpel. 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 Because here in the set, good place to just cut in. Requires Concentration. I would like to see a beaten up Voyager in TV show. I'm sick of seeing pristine condition, wasted potential, but it has some excellent gems of episodes. Yes, we've always said it was definitely a wasted potential. The damage control on Voyager was insane, considering they were so far from home. Absolutely ridiculous. But I think they realised where they screwed up. The network didn't want to do it. They said it wouldn't. They said it wouldn't be viable, and they didn't want to take that chance, take the risk that people would tune out. I think that you could have at least kept the Voyager damaged for a year or two, and then I don't know, they do a deal with the species, or they find a station like Enterprise did, and it gets fixed up and whatnot, but they didn't take the survival aspect of it very seriously, and it was their concept as well, which annoyed me greatly. And that way. Yeah, that way. So that's that there. That must go like that. Yep. What the deuce? Oh, that way. I did wonder. I was beginning to wonder if that was done right, but it was. Close enough. Right, Faither Wraith. Faither Wraith. We have donor card for Faither Wraith. These are going to be tough because you can't really see them. I'm going to need to go like mega friggin' hard with the pencil. That's the problem. So many people involved who were far too risk averse. Must have been people who worked in insurance, I reckon. Yeah, it's a shame, wasn't it? It really needed to stand out. DS9 was off doing a war. Voyager could have done a true survival story. Instead, it just became, very next generation. They had no star bases. They had no resupply opportunities or anything like that. All they had was their ship, what was on it, and each other. And there was a real opportunity there to tell some great stories, visually represent what it should have been. And I always say the Equinox should have been Voyager should have looked like the Equinox by the time that the Equinox came along. Can we go a little bit further with that? probably go there. This pencil is uncomfortably small now. Let's do the phaser array underneath as well. Now this is going to be hard to see once I've transferred it over. I don't really mind about saving this. I'll try and do it around the border if I can. Contrast Voyager to Battlestar Galactica reboot. By the end of the show, Galactica was practically falling apart. Yeah, I know Federation ships are made to last and everything, but geez Louise. Transferred okay. I can draw over that, make it a little bit better, a bit easier to spot. It's not overlapping, no. Yeah, I mean, if there was one Star Trek show, they as in the original people who made it, with the absence of Jerry Taylor, and at least be consulting on it, in terms of Rick Berman, bless Jerry Taylor. But if there was one show that I'd like them to try and do again, it would be Voyager. 100% Voyager, because I feel that they really wasted a good opportunity there. Not with the modern writers and the modern custodians of Trek, of course not. I haven't lost my marbles completely. Right. Okay, you can see them because they're shiny. I'm struggling. This is going to be, again, a knife situation. I think. Though I might not need. It says that. The small one definitely will need my helping hands. Helicopter somewhere. You hear that? Yeah. That's one. It's the ventral phaser array. Oh god, that keeps going. Oh. It's amazing, the closer you get, the more you see the little fibres in the paper tear as you're cutting along. Fascinating to watch. Sorry, I'm getting my hair in the frame again, aren't I? There we go. Right. Faces at the ready. Right, this is going to be delicate. I'm going to try and rub this pencil off. Pick a colour?
Yeah.
Purple.
Okay.
My favourite colour. My favourite colour. Gooner. Is that really going round there? I guess it is. It looks a bit. Oh, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Mm. That way? I would probably say we round that off a bit. Unless it goes that way. Which it might. Doesn't look exactly straight, does it? Eesh. So that's in the right place. That I think needs to go the other way. That way. And I need to chop a bit off. Yeah, I go that way then. Not very keen on that point. Not ideal having to cut stuff off, but I'll have to do. Yep. Well, that hasn't worked. Come on. Stay over there. Over. All that. Yep. Let's move that on over. A little bit. Not ideal. Not keen on that dip there. Yeah, let's go further in. Oh. Not to ruin it altogether. Yeah. What are we thinking so far? Is this any good? I don't know. Maybe just I need to work on it a bit more and get it to pop. But I don't know, it just looks a bit shocking at the minute. Whoa, that's way too far up. To really leave any glue residue. Okay. May need to just slice a bit off there. Okay. What else have we got in terms of? I mean, Tempted. To draw some of this stuff in with these. The finer details, I had a lot of trouble with these. Yeah, I'm thinking the finer details, like the insignia and everything. Draw them in with pen. I'm not exactly keen on the idea, but I'm going to be drawing a lot of other things in with pen. Let's draw them in with pencil first. Make sure we're getting it right. So meets. Let me draw in with pen around here. You won't be able to see this yet, guys, until I put the pen on. Yep. Obviously, I think the bulk of this actually goes as far as there, and that meets it, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do the orange sections now. Around here, glue those on. There's 4 of them. And possibly the black strips here. Or I might go this dark grey. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go this dark grey for the side strip bits. Yeah, let's do that. I think it goes about there. To about there. And then about there to about there. Maybe a little bit shorter. Yeah, let's do that. Sharpen. So I'll set up 10 forward after this stream, and I'll post it in the Discord, the link. If you're not in the Discord, please join the Discord. It's good fun in there. Everyone's really nice. Everyone gets along for the most part, as far as I'm aware. The here ones I might just draw in, you know. Not sure. Let's see. Let's see. I'll knife these out again. Knife them all out. Neat. Oh my god, my blade slipping. And this one. Okay. Need a clean up. Maybe a little clean up. Well, that's the front one. It's going to go somewhere. Somewhere as soon as I figure that out. It's going to go about there, and then we just position it. Yep. And then the second one is that way. Okay. Okay. Now for the little orange things. Those little orange things. We'll have to roll the rest of the stuff in. Oh, there's one more thing I want to do after these orange things. Is this section here I'll do these bits first though. Okay, and again, I'm going to use the cornerest of corners and transfer it over. There we go. And use the Stanley blade to cut it out, each and every one of them. Stomach crumbling, so I haven't had lunch. Okay. Yeah, I don't like cutting on this, do I? Boink. Right over there. Not dying then.
No.
What was that? Over there. Stretching. Okay. Strange child of mine. Oopsie. Okay. They will need cleaning up. Do, 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 do. Yeah, baby. Oh, look at that, almost perfectly positioned as well. I'm about to ruin it all. too sticky. Oh, spot on, look. Spot on. This is going to be the opposite side, I believe. Maybe it's going to go that way. Excellent. Exhalant. And this is going to be the rear quarter. I'm guessing here? No. Flipped over. Where's that? No. No, I beg your pardon. That is this side. There. I think. Yeah. Yeah, just a bit further up towards that corner. So. Up there. Excellent. And then this goes that way around. Somewhere around here, I believe. About there. Further up. A bit further up still. Oh God, I've creased this out. Damn it. Safe. Save. Getting there. Yep. Now, one more section that I think we need to pop out with paper is this section here. Because that's going to house some windows. That's going to house some windows. 3 windows, in fact. clean up. Very nice.
I need to use
Very
a
cool.
reference.
Okay. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Very nice. Well done. Just woke up, 5:30 a.m. Maro Botter, how you doing? We are back at it again, my friend. This time, it's Voyager getting the treatment, which I don't think has actually turned out too bad. We'll watch the playback. Looking great. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. It's a different kind of challenge than the other ones, for sure. But it's going well. Right, so we've got a couple of things that we need to start thinking about now and deciding. Windows, obviously, Windows have got to go in. I want to get Windows in if I can. Use that as a scrap piece. We have insignia to do on the side. I believe there's an insignia that runs along here. So I might just do like a line if I can. Can I do a line? Right, really thin line. Oh yeah. We can achieve that. So there's an insignia that runs there. You do have a little insignia that runs there. So I will go like that and like that. And then I will run an insignia there. Might run one just there. I need to put a delta in. A delta in there. A delta in there. Okay. I need to plonk a phaser array. Yep. And then airlock. Out there. I'm just going to draw that there, that there, that there, and that there. Okay. That's a bit odd, but it's okay. It's okay. Right, what I want to do is draw a box there. And a box there. And then a red dot on top, torpedo launchers. And then I want to draw a thing here. Right, let's do this properly, please. That again. Not ideal. Not ideal. Right. Windows. Window. 3 rows of three rows of windows. Starting here. Another row of windows. And then one final row, little row, tiny row of windows there. And then row of windows here. Windows are very thin. No windows on the side of the hull, which is unusual. But and then got a few. Oh, that was close. Few windows there. Okay. Black windows. Flat out windows. Right there. Captain's yacht. No. Black. Oh. I can paint all over this. Paint pen. Not there. Right. There's also the matter of the registry. Yeah. Just trying to see if there's any more detail I've missed. A little bit of detail. Yeah. There aren't many features on this ship at all, on this side. Certainly not up front, nothing that you can really make out. So from a couple of dots, we either side of this. Does that reveal anything more? No. Sorry, just talking out loud to myself, that's all. No. No, that's all good. Right. Okay. Make sure not a lot gets on these. All right. Is there such a thing as too much fiddling? Hello, Gooner. How are you? Blimey, that's been going on for a while. Sorry, I got carried away. Which is very cool. We'll watch the playback. Looking great here at TrekCon in Vegas. Nice. Picardo ranting about Academy already in his solo panel. For God's sake. They asked me. They asked about the Klingon, the Academy Klingon to JG Hertzler and Robert O'Reilly, and they didn't answer the question. Shocking. Someone take Picardo's bottle of copium away. Might make him shut up about SFA. Hello all. Hello Gooner. Just finished my mind mold with the rubber plant. I must tell you it was fascinating. Nice Maro. Picardo sold himself to the dark side. Agree, a good place. Beating up Voyager was better. How do Gooner? Mind melding the plant. Why were you mind melding a plant? Missed your Uncharted stream yesterday due to being asleep. Because Spock did it in Strange New World. He did. Takes his TV stream was way too late. UK DM. Something wrong with me too. Why do I see you as a plant? I don't know. I might just stick a plant here and. Oh my god! 10 forward. We should all stick plants in front of the camera. I think, to be fair, yeah, I'm gonna ask AI to put a plant in, and yeah, I'll have it as a picture of a plant, definitely. You ain't setting the bar too high. It's so low. Yeah. The UKDM and watching it as Xell and you as plants. Yeah. It's good. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't ignoring the chat. I was just finishing this off. I think the ship is missing a key detail plant somewhere by one of the windows, and who knows, could be Janeway. Funny enough, I do have a green. Let's stick a little plant. There you go. It's there. You might be able to see it on camera. It is there. It's a very slight tint of green there. Look. Anyway, Voyager done. Shall we see what it looks like on the backdrop? Okay, it's not my greatest work. It doesn't look particularly great, but you know what? It's not bad. I think that really, really pops. What do you guys reckon? I think that really pops. I mean, considering the others, you know, I don't think that looks too bad. Looks a little bland in places, but yeah. What do you think? Doesn't look half bad. Looks cool. Awesome. Young lady, what do you think?
Oh, it's really good.
Oh, thank you. It's a vote of endorsement from the daughter. Yeah, I think that'll look really good. I'll do a stream on maybe Sunday. The plant, come and get it, Blinky. Yeah, I'll do maybe a stream on Sunday to finish this off. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to start another one this weekend. I want to finish this one and then start planning. So just so you know, guys, I'll take you through the plans. Because you're watching this stream, I'll show you what I'm planning to do. Okay, so obviously 5 ships. I've got the NX-01 transfer that I did while I was on holiday. It's a bit big, but it's okay because I reckon we'd be able to squeeze everything in there. If I moved it along a little bit, I think that would work. So I've got the NX-01 transfer. I will do that as well. And then I've got the original series one to do. So I'll do the original series. Right, hopefully see you later. Take care and good job, DM. Thank you very much, Gooner. Hopefully, yes, I want to see you later in 10 forward because we've got to talk psychotropic agents and plants. The plan is also to do the Enterprise F and to do our Star Trek Odyssey one almost as if it's its own show. So I have planned for that one as well. But that one's a ways away yet. Marrow! That one's a ways away yet. $50 super chat from Marrow Botter. Marrow, you absolute legend, you don't need to do that. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. Looking forward to the NX-01. Love that ship. Yeah, the NX-01. Awesome work. Did you say you're going to take us through plants or plans? Now I second guess myself. I'll leave that up to your imagination. I'll leave that as a surprise. It's Marrow Bot. I can't believe it. You don't need to do that, mate. Seriously, I'm not here for the money. I won't be able to when I transfer over to the other channel. I won't be. I can't monetize it because it's a relatively new channel. So, but I really do appreciate it. I really do. Fantastic stuff. Marrow, can you send me money, please? Yeah, don't super chat Gooner on here. You'll never see it. It takes me months to get paid on here. But Marrow, that is absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. About 10 minutes of the stream left, so we'll let this super chat count down, and then I'll end the stream. But that I'm actually really happy with that. The more I look at it, the better it looks, or better it gets. So I quite like that. Not too bad. If I could change something, I'd probably change this. The colour, I don't think it looks right. It doesn't match the rest of it. I'd have probably chosen to do that colour and then this colour again. In fact, I'm kicking myself now because that looks awful. But hey, it's a first try, right? What plant would you like to be seen as? No. Something legal, probably. Yeah. I don't touch the stuff myself. Marrow is a top drawer legend. But to be fair, I have said it up to times. The entire community is incredible. Thank you for all your warmth. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. What a fantastic community we have. I better get setting up 10 forward, don't I? Really? I could do with a break though. 5 leaves shaped plant. Whatever could you be talking about? Whatever plant could you be? I don't know of any 5-leaved plant. I'm innocent, me, little innocent little me. Would you guys say that Voyager needs any more detail, or would you say I should leave it at that? Right, see you all later. Yes, Gooner, we'll see you later in hopefully in the stream. Please join us, obviously. Watch Nerd will be there. Xell won't be there this week. Well, he might try and get in a little bit later, but he won't be in there in the first instance. Yeah, I'm really annoyed about that. If I can remake this, it shouldn't be too hard to make this in that. I might do that next stream. See if I can get this off. And just redo that in this colour. That might look a bit better. See how I get on. Because I can relay all of this. This is just writing. Yeah. Okay, we'll see you there. Yep, fantastic, mate. I'm starting to go quiet now. because I'm tired. It's been exhausting doing this. I love it, but it is exhausting. That really does pop, doesn't it? I like that. I'm so tempted just to redo that. Getting it off without damaging it, that's the problem. Oh, it's peeling. It's peeling. Come on. Come on. Come on. Crossing the Rubicon now, fellas. Yeah, I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with this. I am changing this out. Yeah, I've done it. I've done it. I'm pulling the knife out. I'm redoing this now because Mauro left such a generous super chat that's gonna obviously stick around for a bit. That's it. Modifications to Voyager are taking place whether you like it or not. Damn it. Oh, we might get away with that. It's sort of tore underneath, but we might get away with that. Can we save the windows? Can we save the windows? Can we save the windows? Oh, just managed to save the windows. Right. All I need to do is recut this out of this. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Not that. Oh, the one colour. This stuff here matches that. Yeah, happy with that. Right. I'm just going to draw around it. I'll just draw around it. See what we can do here. Let's just draw around it. And cut inside the line. So silly. I really wasn't happy with that at all. Really wasn't happy with that. I can't believe you, Mara. You don't need to do that. Seriously. I appreciate it to the end of the earth, mate. I really do. I just don't want you, you know, wasting your money on YouTube, on me. I'm not really worth that much, to be fair, in terms of what I do. But I really do appreciate it. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Right, let's neaten this up a little bit. Yes, excellent. Right, that I think is going to look so much better. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. That looks so much better, I think. Yeah, let's do that. I don't mind it highlighting there and there because that's the front of the ship, but yeah, this looks better. So we're just going to copy this stuff over. So let's put the glue the windows in. Thankfully the windows survived, or at least a layer of the windows survived. Yeah, no, I couldn't abide that, I'm afraid. It wasn't happening. help, of course, if I put this the right way around, wouldn't it? Come on. And the shuttle. This, to be fair, I could probably just draw on, but that's okay. You just leave a shadow, so. It's kind of a little bravery test for myself, I suppose, in some respects. Right, let's go then. C 7 4 6 5 6 and plonk. Box there. Box there. Box there. And box there. And then we'll do more windows now, can't we? Actually, I'll do the black first because I can go over it all in white then. Over the writing. C 7 4 6 5 6. Okay. Now, I would be remiss if I left out Gooner's little tree, little plant. There. See? Perfect replica. Right, let's get this glued down, shall we? Yeah, that works for me a lot better than it did. Now it's perfect. Yeah, I think so. I think I messed up big time there, to be fair. Contrasting those colours. It just didn't look right. God damn. Blue's dried up again. Yeah, it just didn't look right. I think I messed up big time. That's done now there. Yeah. Got my glue. Look at the state of my glue. Good job, I've got like 3 other sticks. Yeah. Yeah, that looks better. I think that looks loads better than that. What do you guys think? I think that looks better. What do you reckon, Erica? That looks better now. I've put it that colour in rather than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So far, highlight of convention was John Rhys Davies. What an absolute legend and such a deep, thoughtful man. Yeah, yeah. Nice. He's a lovely guy, is John Rhys Davies. Right. Guys, I'm going to have to end it there. Your super chat, Mara, is still going. I'm going to have to end it there. I've got am I going to have to end it there? Hold on. What time are we on? Okay. Yeah, I'll probably end it there. We're at 3 hours for this one. That I'm calling finished. I'm actually a lot happier with that shade rather than this shade. It didn't look right to me. That's loads better, and the highlights are all where they need to be. So yeah, we're Daniel Davis. Moriarty was awesome as well. Oh mate, yeah, I'm proper jealous. Yeah, so I'll be back either tomorrow. I'm a bit streamed out, to be fair. I've got another stream to do later, so I'll be back tomorrow, either tomorrow or Sunday, and we'll get this finished. Yeah, and we'll get the Voyager one finished, and then that's 3 out of the 5 shows done. And I shall do the Odyssey one too at some point over the next couple of weekends. So yeah, I think that ended up pretty good. What do we think? Looks all right. Okay, right, guys. I'll see you tonight in 10 forward. I'll set up the stream shortly, and then you'll be able to click the link and everything. So yeah, I will see you later. Take it easy. Until then, take care of each other.